Hello, my name is Eddie Tofpik. I'm Head of Technical Analysis and Senior Markets Analyst at ADM Investor Services International Limited. As is usual at this time of year, I stop looking at my daily charts and instead concentrate on the longer term view using my weekly, monthly, even yearly charts. If you'd like to discuss any of these, I'd only be too happy to hear from you. So let me introduce today's longer term chart. Today I'll be looking longer term at LME 3-month aluminium. The low in the first third of 2020 has become hugely significant. It was where the market created a new 2015 to 2020 bullish Andrews pitchfork, highlighted in bright red on my monthly chart, one that seems to still, despite being breached, one that seems still to be running this market, at least for now. The rally higher since that low, which, as I said last year, had no fewer than 5 golden crosses in it, and a 6th one in early 2022, that rally hesitated around the 2011 high at 2803 and what is now the 50% Fibonacci line of the 2008 to 2022 move at 2675 and a 2020 to 2022 move at 2764. This hesitation created a bullish halfway hesitation that was fulfilled in its targets on top side in March last year. The rally also breached by a huge amount the upper time, currently at 36.32, of the previously mentioned 2015 to 2020, even 2020 bullish Andrews pitchfork. Yet it is important to note that despite this huge breach, their pitchfork was not broken. There was not a single monthly close over the upper time, not one. Thus we can view this pitchfork as having been breached, not broken, and since repaired itself. Whilst looking at the top side, it is worth recapping something I said 2 years ago, and I quote, "Looking at the recent action in 2020 as well as the drop down below to the low of 2015, there is the possibility of a huge double bottom pattern developing. It is nascent as yet, less developed than the one in copper, for example. It is still a possibility, even a strong one. It will depend if prices can move up and reach the April 2018 high at 2718 or not. It is a big ask, but watch out for this, as it will be a multi-month and probably a multi-year pattern." End of quote. Well, it was certainly a multi-month pattern and more like a multi-year pattern, with the move higher from 2020 to 2022 being the outcome of this huge double bottom. At the start of last year, I placed the potential target X for this move in the 36.44 area. This target was reached and exceeded in March last year. Since that time, we've seen prices drop faster than they rose through the 50% Fibonacci lines and the middle time as if they weren't even there, and only finally halting in October at the 5-year moving average, currently 2165. We've since seen a slow move, mainly higher, but in December and January this year so far, turning lower. And this has prompted 2 questions in my mind, one potentially bullish and one bearish. First is whether I should draw a bullish Andrews pitchfork, or maybe preferably a bullish shift pitchfork, for the 2020 to 2022 action. At this point I've chosen not to, but I am keeping it in mind for maybe next year. Second is whether the action since March, or some point between March and May last year, is the start of a possible bear flag, or bearish halfway hesitation. This latter question is a huge one, as it could lead to prices down lows, last seen back in 2009, and thus is to be treated very delicately. Neither gives a hint at the truth right now, but just some tantalizing possibilities. Thank you for listening. This annual broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final bit.